So I think there are 2 steps you need to take in order to live a nice, good life, a fulfilling life, and to be successful, basically. Now, what is this success? What is success? What does that mean? Well, I think Earl Nightingale defined it in a really nice manner. It's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And what is this worthy ideal? Well, that's step 1. Step 1 is discerning good from evil, right from wrong, seeing what is the best way to live. Now, how can you find out what it is? First of all, experience. You can see in the world, okay, if I steal, that's not a beneficial thing to the world, neither to my soul, because you feel guilt, and that's something that's wrong. You can discern a lot of things just by your upbringing and by society itself, but not everything, because society is obviously flawed, people are flawed, and we ourselves are flawed. So how do we discern even more? Well, first of all, read a lot. Not just fiction, but also philosophy. Think a lot, ponder on it, study religions, and in those ways we can find out, okay, what's really beneficial for us and for society. The 3 that I would recommend would be the Bible, would be Aristotle and Kant, and all to a certain degree. But yeah, those are some texts which I would recommend to study, because there are a lot of moral ethics in there which I really agree with and which I think are really good for yourself and for the world. So that's the first thing. You need to be able to discern what's right from wrong so that you can aim. That's the second step. Aim towards it and then try to attain it. So that's the worthy ideal. So now you know what right and wrong is, and so you can try to imagine in your mind, okay, what's the perfect man or woman I want to be, the type of man or woman I want to be. So you can imagine yourself at your best, the best version of yourself. You can imagine that, but you can also think of, okay, what's the person I want to aspire to be like? Is it, I don't know, some philosopher? Is it some bodybuilder? Is it Jesus? And for that you need to go to step 1 to discern what is the perfect human being, quote unquote, who you would aspire to be. And then the second step is that you aim towards that, and then you continue to try to attain that. But you need to be, obviously this is not another step, this is something else, but I think it's important to state that when you have this desire to become that person, so the aim, that's step 2, and you try to maintain that, you try to attain that, do not be content with where you are in your journey. We are never perfect, so we can never attain that ideal fully, but we are on the road towards it. And if you fail, or if you're still far from it, be content with where you are in the journey. That contentment is very important, that gratitude, because otherwise you're going to be miserable because you haven't attained a certain desire. That's always very important to keep in mind. That these 2 steps, first discerning what's right from wrong, knowing what is being virtuous, what are vices to avoid, etc. Find it out. Step 1. Step 2 is aim towards that ideal, that worthy ideal, and then have a progressive realization towards it. So aim towards it and go after it. So for me that would be, I think there's a lot to it, but basically living honorably, and that extends in strength, kindness. There are so many virtues to think of, but yeah, it's trying to attain all those virtues and hold on to them, maintain them, abstain from all those vices, and live honorably. And that's for me what's right and what I want to attain. So that's what I try to do every day, and it's made me very happy, very fulfilled, and it's bringing me a lot of success. As I said, success, the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and I'm not there yet, of course. I never will be, because I'm not perfect, but I try to get as close as I can every day, and I think I'm doing pretty well, and it makes me very happy and fulfilled. So I think this is something to keep in mind if you want to live a fulfilling life or be successful, because that's my definition of success as well. But the only thing that what I mentioned before is keep in mind to be glad with where you are right now in that journey, and therefore that contentment is needed. But yeah, that's what I want to say today. I hope you got something out of it, and have a nice day.